we're on the topic, I know Katie had touched on it a little while ago on her stream this week about how she had turned her like Instagram message replies off, or Instagram story replies off. People are just fucking weird and like think they're being funny, but they're just like being mean. And it's like just straight up bullying. Like it gets to a point. And it's just so bizarre. And I wouldn't say I get as much of that, because Katie does like, I mean, I definitely have like a self-deprecating humor too, to an extent, but I feel like Katie, kind of like she is just so good at that. Like, I don't know how to make, like, you know what I mean? And people take that as an opportunity where they like feel like they could just shit on her for every single thing that she does. And it's just so weird. But like some of these messages, even I'll get some messages that I'm just like, it's just so bizarre. And Katie just kind of had to like put people in check and be like, I like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not your friend. And I feel like sometimes some of the people here need to hear that as well. That at the end of the day, I'm not your friend. Some people need to remember that I'm not a person that you know in real life, you know, just like, you know me through this screen. And sometimes I'm just like, I don't know why people feel, you know, like they could speak for me. And like, especially whenever I do an IRL stream, for some fucking reason, everyone feels like they are dissecting every fucking thing that I do, or comment that is made, or something that is said to me, and feel like they have to come to my defense for stuff that's not even, that people are making up in their own head. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, genuinely, like, what are we doing? It's just so bizarre. It's just so bizarre, the parasocialness of it all. And yeah, and I do understand that sometimes it is people that aren't even like fans, like, and I get it, but that is kind of like another reason why I feel like I am taking my break, because sometimes I feel like it gets to a point where I feel like this. I feel like, I literally just want to fucking like explode, because people irritate me so bad, and I don't like when it gets to that point. So sometimes I feel like I need to take a little breather. And I know that there's plenty of you that are amazing and funny and awesome and have, and like respect boundaries and stuff like that. But I feel like, it's just everyone wants to be like the TikTok comments, like the trend of people just being mean in TikTok comments, and everyone commenting the same joke 900 fucking times, just trying to get the most likes on a comment. It's like, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, I can't, and even in person too. Like when I was at the stream on Tuesday with Julian and Ashby, this was like in the beginning when it kept cutting out, so you actually weren't able to see this happen. And I'm kind of glad, because I feel like people would have like clipped it and made a whole thing out of it, but it didn't have to be. But I just want to like tell y'all what happened, because I love when people come up to me and they're respectful and they have nice things to say to me. And every time I leave the house, I am getting approached. Like, that's my life now. Like, that's just how it is. But when we're doing the stream, right? We're doing the stream, me, Julian, and Ashby. It was in the beginning of the stream when we were riding around on those little pedal carts, okay? We're riding around on these little pedal carts. This girl comes up to me, this younger, I wanted to say she was like 16, but she was like a 16, and she was just like, yo, Vanilla. Like, well, first of all, she was just kind of standing there for a little bit, and I was just like, look, as we're just riding around, she's just standing there, like, and I was like, hey. And then she was like, yo, I know you. And I was like, okay, what's my name? Because sometimes when people say that, I'm just like, okay, like, do you just know me through, like, you've seen my face on TikTok or like whatever, like, which is still fine, but I'm just like, what's my name? And she was like, Vanilla. I was like, okay. I was like, okay. And that's cool. I was like, period. Okay. So she actually knows who I am. So I was like, okay, cool. She was like, yo, would you like be down to make a video with me? Like, I'd be doing content and shit too. Like, would you be down to make a video with me? And I was like, no, I can't do a video, but I'll take a picture. And then she was like, oh, okay. Like, you really can't do a video? I was like, no, I'll take a picture. So then after we're done doing the pedal carts and shit, I get up to go take a picture with her. Her friend's already recording. Her friend's already recording. And she's like, so Vanilla, like, yo, Vanilla, like, and I'm literally just standing there like this. I'm like, and then she's like, you really can't do a video? Like, it'll be really good for the content. And I literally was like, no, I'm streaming, I'm busy. Like, and I just said it just like that. But like, I'm like, oh my God, like y'all don't give a fuck. Like it's just so disrespectful and fucking weird. Like if I'm setting a boundary and I'm telling you, no, I don't want to make a fucking video, but I'm nice enough to say, oh, I'll take a picture though. And then your friend's already like this, we're like very obviously making a video. And then you're asking me again. And then we go on the trampoline 2 seconds later, they come on the trampoline too. And she's like, yo, can I stream snipe you, Vanilla? Bro, leave us the fuck alone. Like y'all need to like get a fucking grip. Genuinely. I'm like, go and it kept cutting out. So you didn't really get to see like a lot of that happen. You probably heard some of it, but I'm just like, oh my God. Like, and I try to be nice, but sometimes I literally want to be like, kick rocks. Like I want to be like, go the fuck away. Like, and genuinely like, it does get to that point sometimes where I just want to be like, fuck off, leave me alone. And like, and like, okay, I get it. Like they're literal children. Like, so at the end of the day, but I'm just like, let's just bring back social awareness a little bit. Like something about the like younger generation and like being on their phones all the time has like literally disintegrated social awareness, like to crumbs. And also to all that for you to get a video with me and for you to like, just say that you fucking saw me and like, hopefully like the video goes viral and then you feel kind of special at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, like you didn't fucking respect my boundaries. And it's just weird. It's just fucking weird, right? At the end of the day, it's just fucking weird. But there are so many other people that were so nice and came up to me and were so respectful, which is 90% of the time. That's 90% of the time people are so nice and they're just like, Vanilla, oh my God, I love you. Like you mean so much to me and you've really changed. Like one of the girls at the arcade came up to me and was like, you really changed the way I think about my body. Like you don't know how much you mean to me. Like that is just so sweet. And that I really, really, I really appreciate that. I do appreciate that. But sometimes I'm just like I'm not like what are we doing? What are we fucking doing? And I was talking to my therapist about this week. I was just like, sometimes I feel like even when people are like super nice and stuff, it every time I leave the house, and I'm like in a public setting, I feel like I have to be on go. Like I have to be entertaining people. And even though people are coming up to me and they're nice and like it's sweet and I'm taking pictures and I still am entertaining at the end of the day. And it's a lot. It's draining. It's tiring. And having to feel like I have to be entertaining all the time is just, whatever. And I feel like my therapist was like, so why do you feel like you just can't say no? Like, why do you feel like you can't just say like, no, I don't want to take a picture or like, no. And I'm like, because like a lot of the times, like I can take a second to take a picture. Like it's not, like and I'm not like doing anything necessarily that like, I feel like my excuse in my head is that if I have to be like not doing anything important to be like, no, I can't take a picture. But then also I'm like, it doesn't have to be like that. If there's just days where I just don't want to talk to anyone and don't want to be on a camera, like I should just be able to just say, no, actually, sorry, I'm not doing pictures today. Like, and I implemented that. I just started implementing that. So, and I'm just saying, if there's anybody who is watching this that sees me out in public sometime and asks for a picture and you find me in a time and a place where I'm doing whatever that I do not want to take a picture, I don't want you to think that it's something against you personally and that I don't want to take a picture with you personally. It's that I don't want to take a picture with 900 people today because that's just what it's going to turn into. And a lot of the times too, if I'm somewhere in public and I stop for one picture, someone else turns around, oh my God. And now it's a meet and greet and now it's a whole line of people. So just wanted to like, I wanted to set that boundary with you guys. I don't want people to be like, oh, that bitch, yeah, Vanillamace thinks she's too good to fucking take a picture, because it's really not that. It's really not that. It's literally like to the point where I'm like, I need to just not go outside of my house and just be a normal person for 5 seconds sometimes. Like, and that's it. So I just want to like bring that to y'all's attention. In the same thing we were talking about Chapel the other day too, where people are like, well, you shouldn't have been famous if you didn't want this to happen. I'm like, never in my wildest dreams did I think like we were going to get to this point, Like, yes, that was the dream and the goal, but like when it actually happens, it's like, dang, this shit is for real. But at the end of the day, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys and it's amazing. But I'm just saying, if you ever do catch me and I'm like with people or by myself and I'm just taking an off day, and I say like, I'm sorry, like I don't want to take a picture today. Like I don't want anyone to take it personally. That's all. So thank you guys for understanding, and thank you guys for respecting that. But also to all of the people that are fucking weird and annoying, like, which is it's really not that often, but especially like when I was on stream, that like, bring back social awareness, like genuinely. But yeah, because girl, it's gonna get to a point where I'm gonna start cussing y'all out.